You have something you want to see and experience moving forward. And so you're going to be pro whoever you think can get you there. Until you realize, Dorothy, that you've possessed the power to go home all along. So why are you relying on a specific candidate to get you somewhere? How long are you going to place your hope and trust in the wizard, knowing good and well that he only has power because we give it to him? We'd rather believe in the wizard's power to do something, to make something happen, than to believe in our own power to do it. You see, you aren't fearful of what president will officially be elected to power. You're fearful of stepping into your own. And whether you're saying, yay, Biden, or I want to recount because Dems stole the election, I need you to step into that 2020 vision that we all talked about in the beginning of the year and see that you're not being given this time right now for recounts to be sure of the election. You're being given this time to make your calling an election sure. It's like you're so busy distracted in trying to elect someone else to make things right that you haven't focused your vision on the reality that you have been called and elected to make things right too. And I'm not talking about outside of you. I'm talking about from the inside. You have the power to create the kind of world we want, but it starts within your universe. And you can resist this truth all you want, but it won't change the fact that we are all co-creators of this reality. You know, that's why they were so mad at Jesus when he was saying God was his father. Because back then, you were identified based on what your father did, his occupation. This is why when they referred to Yeshua, they said, "Isn't this the carpenter's son?" His dad was a carpenter. And so he was identified as a carpenter too. But now to say that God is your dad, and we know that God is the creator, meaning his job, his occupation is to create. And so if you're saying you're his son or you're his daughter, then that would have to make you a creator too. And you create from the inside, meaning whatever is repeatedly being rehearsed inwardly is what will always manifest in the outside world. Jesus tried over and over to explain this. He said, "Why are you so concerned with cleaning the outside of the cup? Don't you know if you clean the inside, the outside becomes clean?" I mean, it almost seems like it's magic or something, for lack of a better word, to say what you do on the inside becomes the outside. Meaning whatever is on the inside automatically manifests in the outside world. And so what you are creating in your inward world, in your universe, Y-O-U, adds to the whole of humanity. And so if we all keep rehearsing the same hurt and pain on the inside that has been caused, we only continue to create and manifest in our collective outside world more of that hurt and pain. You see, you create more of what is already in there. When Jesus talked about seeking in the kingdom and how, again, here it would seem to just be some magic trick. I don't know any other way to better explain it. When he said, whatever you seek, meaning to continue to rehearse, to continue to look at in the spirit, okay? Whatever you're seeking in the spirit part of you, which is your inside world, will be added unto you. And so my prophetic word to you is that you need to take responsibility too for the power that you have towards the future of humanity, and stop putting it off on the president. If we were creating in the way that we are supposed to be creating, if we were doing what we are supposed to be doing on the inside, the world wouldn't all be looking to some random man that we don't even personally know to make some drastic change. No, we would all be looking at the man in the mirror, the one we see on a regular basis. But no, you want someone else to save you so bad. Well, newsflash, your Savior already came. And not only did he give you his power, but he gave you himself. So not only do you have the power that raised Christ from the dead living on the inside of you, but you have Christ himself living on the inside of you, meaning you're the new Savior, and you have everything you need to save yourself from this untoward generation. The responsibility is on you to step up and to step into your Christ consciousness. The responsibility is on you to step into the love frequency and recycle the thoughts and emotions on the inside that create the kind of world that you want to see. Unless hurt and pain is really what you want for humanity's future. I mean, you watch things over and over that make you feel pain. That's what you did, let's say today. You watched all this stuff that made you feel pain on the inside. Then you talk about the pain tomorrow. And then you think about the incident over and over so that you are feeling more and more of that same hurt and pain. Say that's what you do the next day. Then the day after that, you research more about things that will enforce the pain that you felt all the days prior. And before you know it, it's been a week. And now a month. And now a year of recycling the feelings of pain on the inside. And so then I want you to think about it. What other than painful and hurtful experiences can be added unto you? Again, what you seek inwardly is added outwardly. What's on the inside of the cup becomes what is on the outside. And imagine if you have millions upon millions of people doing this every day, creating pain on the inside, recreating hurt on the inside, watching, listening, thinking, talking about things that only reinforce the hurt that is already there, that will inevitably manifest itself into our collective outward reality. I mean, we're so addicted to pain and suffering that we celebrate Jesus's crucifixion regularly. And we talk about his resurrection one day of the year, Resurrection Sunday. But any other time, we rehearse his pain. We want to be reminded of his suffering so badly that we wear a cross. Because let me remember how bad it was, and let me remember how bad I am, so I can keep rehearsing these bad feelings on the inside, and I can keep playing my part in co-creating bad things happening outwardly. I mean, do you honestly think that Yeshua would want everyone recycling the hardest time of his life. He isn't the God of the dead, but the God of the living. He's alive. So why aren't you wearing a symbol of that? Why don't you have a resurrection sign hanging on your necklace to remind you of the happy moment of his rebirth when he was born again? No, you'd rather wear a cross and thorns. And this is not to say that what Jesus experienced wasn't hurtful, or that what the Breonna Taylors of the world experienced wasn't hurtful, or that the senseless killings in Nigeria have not caused us pain, or the senseless killings in Armenia have not caused us pain, or the senseless killings of black and brown people in America for generations have not caused us pain. But it is to say that rehearsing the pain will only create more experiences of it. And so, to take back your power, you first have to take control of your emotions. You can't stay in the pain. You have to move through the stages where you see it, you feel it, and then you purge it from your inside. And you choose to take on a different perspective. Because there is always a different perspective. There's a 3D perspective of what has happened. And that's usually what the collective group is seeing and experiencing. And then there's a higher dimensional perspective of what has happened. Another way to say this is there is an earth perspective and there is a heavenly one. And only one of those produces the change and results that we all want to see. Because it's your perspective that impacts how you feel. And how you feel will affect what you say. Out of the abundance of the heart, the mouth speaks. And what you continue to say impacts what you continue to experience. And what you repeatedly experience is again a result of what you're choosing to create on the inside of your emotions. Because out of the heart flows the issues of life. And so this will determine what you contribute to the collective humanity as a manifestation in the world. And so if you become a victim emotionally and you don't take control of what you're repeatedly creating in your inside world, then you are giving your power and authority away. And you are not in your real identity. You see, only the vibration and emotional frequency of love being created on the inside of every one of us has the capacity to move us forward as a species in the direction that we all want. And if that is what we are intentionally seeking on the inside, it will be added unto us. If love is what fills the inside of the cup, then the outside becomes the same thing. And this takes practice. We have to watch things that make us feel love and joy and peace. We have to talk about things that make us feel more love and joy and peace on the inside. We have to practice listening to things that create the feeling of love, the feeling of joy and peace. We have to practice thinking about things that are pure and lovely and praiseworthy, that create the experience on the inside of love and joy and peace. And if you have 1,000,000 people holding this vibration of love on the inside, then you have 1,000,000 co-creators that are collectively manifesting the change and the progression that we want to experience in this world. And if we are really honest with ourselves, can we admit that we have collectively tried it other ways? We tried it by force. And yeah, we burned up some stuff and we made some outward statements, but did it change the overall feeling you had in your inward world? No. There was still pain. After that revenge, after that statement, after we tried to take justice into our own hands, there was still hurt. Because we are still trying to clean the outside of the cup. You're not going to change humanity by trying to do it outwardly. You only change humanity based on what you change inwardly. And it's not even hard work. Once you change the inside, once you purge the inside, the outside just becomes clean. You see, you have to bring justice to the inside. The inside is the real work. But those laborers are few. I think about the impact Jesus made in the earth when he was here, and we're still experiencing the lasting effects over 2,000 years later. And Jesus was only one man. How did he make the changes in the earth plane during his day? How did he get the results of what he wanted to have the world experience? It wasn't by putting it off on the president of his day or getting all emotional about the decisions and actions and harsh words of the ruler of his day. No, Jesus' impact came out of who he was on the inside. He understood the power he had in what he sought in his inner kingdom. He even said, "The prince of this world has come and he has found nothing in me." Did the Roman government and its corruptness stop Jesus' show? Was he thrown off assignment because he had to give to Caesar what was Caesar's? No. He pressed into the mission of love in order to do his part in advancing the human race. And likewise, you are here to move the earth forward in love. Jesus kept healing. He kept setting people free. And he wasn't complaining the whole time about how hard one man in charge was making it. The president is one man. But look at how powerful we are in number. If we would all use that 2020 vision to refocus and align with the mission of love. Faith works by love. Healing works by love. That abundance you want, it works by love. You want to heal a soul of a nation, but you can't do that from the outside. You have to do it from the inside of you. You have to heal what's going on in your soul. Because I'm telling you, whatever it is that you want to see in the earth moving forward is not contingent on which president we have. It's contingent on us as a whole. We make up the human race. And what we are all recreating as a recycled experience inwardly is what will continue to be added to our world as a whole. So get your focus off the official elected president and redirect it to you, because we all need you to do your part to make your calling and election sure.